Well, that you are doing well. It's been a little bit of a long day for me. But I hope that you guys are having a fabulous, wonderful day. Excitement, replenishful. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and dive into it and see what the proverb is for the week. Then we're gonna get into kind of just some messages and things of that sort. I'm gonna kind of keep it sweet and short and brief today, but still enough information. So, Spirit, what is the proverb for the week for the collective? So we have 21 for you guys this week. 21. Let's take a gander, take a look, take a peek. Biting through, we get this quite a bit. It says above fire, below thunder. Okay? It says when an undertaking that is making good progress meets an obstacle, one must bite through with vigorous determination. Tentative or timid efforts will not serve. Thunder frightens, enlightens, and illuminates. In the same way, the just applications of laws and penalties would deter those who would obstruct the endeavor. Okay? And then the affirmation is thunder and lightning overcome obstructions. So this is saying use your force, use your voice, use your light, know who you are, understand that and that guidance and what it means for you, right? If you, like I said, making good progress, you are continuous forward, right? I need today literally just had an obstacle that I'm working through right now, and it's a means of, is it worth biting through or is it worth moving around? Right, and it's a means of taking that into the accumulation of what that means for you. Are you going to bite through? Are you going to keep pushing? Or are you going to use your lightning to illuminate a new path for you? And that way, either way, you're still making that progress that was good in the first place, okay? Like I said, this is going to be really quick and short and sweet. Now we're just going to go ahead and see what your emotions are going to kind of be for this week, what to look out for. Things of that sort, okay? And the reason why I want to kind of keep it short and sweet is because hopefully you guys watched your monthly readings for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. And so I want to, right after that, I want to make sure that it's like a little bit short and sweet so it's not too much information, causing an information overload. So plus I want to make sure, again, that I'm not taking up too much time by trying to overtalk and re-saying things as well. So spirits, what do we have for this week for emotions to look out for, that may be harboring, that may be festering, that we're thinking about, that we're feeling, that we may be going through for the collective spirit for this week? I don't know. 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 All right, let's go ahead and get started. So, the first one that we got, it actually popped out before I was able to get any other cards, and it is a physical emotion. This is something that you feel within your nervous system, your body. It can overtake you. It can cause you to move or not to move, okay? So, the physical emotion is trusting. Trust in the cornerstone of human connection and relationships, and our initial understanding of it comes from an instinctual, infinite place of knowing. When trust is established, it becomes the internal compass to navigate through important moments or decisions. Cultivating trust within ourselves helps us discern what our instincts and intuition are telling us. Okay? So again, when you trust in yourself and you're cultivating that, you're able to make those intimate connections and intimate movements going forward, okay? So again, when you have trust that is established by your internal compass of where you should go, like I said, which is why it is a physical emotion, and that is what moves you into the action or no action, is when you are trusting in yourself, right? And that is your intuition, your inkling, your thought process. So we're thinking about the proverb of biting through, using that thunder and that lightning to continuously go forward in the progress that you were making, which was good. It's a means of trusting in yourself that you are going to make the right decision, that you will have enough information to do so, that you'll be able to guide and lead yourself out of this and into better pastures and water, okay? So some crystals that may help you is pyrite, galenia, copper, and green tourmaline, okay? The next one that we have is mental clarity. This is your subconscious, your foreconscious, your dreams, fantasies, daydreams, thoughts, intrusive thoughts, whatever it is. This is your mental. This is how you operate and think within the brain. So we have spiritual. So it says being spiritual implies that there is something greater to life beyond what is witnessed at the surface. It is an interconnection, again, like I said in the trusting card, to all parts of the whole, with an acute awareness of intuition, like the trusting card said, and cultivating the ability to trust your instincts. Spiritual experiences rarely fit the conventional boxes society teaches and thereby moves you into an experiential understanding of the world. So, again, the more that you are moving for yourself, and not so much as like dismissing others, but moving for yourself and your intuition of where you are leading and you're feeling that it is right and you're knowing that it's great. This is allowing you to see the world from a different perspective, from a different view, because you're not meant to fit into society's boxes. You're not every woman and you're not every man. Okay? You are you. So you pushing into that development mentally of how you think, how you speak, how you feel, how you adjust, how you operate is going to allow you to see I can take a chunk out of that, digest it, and move forward. And I'm going to use that nutrients to illuminate my intuition and my light even more. Okay? And that is also going to help you with recognizing, like I said, I'm going through something as well where I'm able to rely on the spiritual connections that I have cultivated. Like I said, you have been making good progress. This is just an obstacle that you will be able to get over. So when you rely on your spirituality and your intuition and you're trusting in what you have built in the foundation, the cultivation of that within yourself, in the external realities of your interconnection, because we are all connected to the divine source. I mean, it seems like I'm talking quite fast. I may be because I just been through a lot. Not like that, but just it's been a long day. But so I do apologize. But it is means of pulling that in. Okay, so your spirituality is to help you clear that out, which is why for the past few weeks or months it's been about meditating with the Virgo energy, having routine, sticking to that routine, daily guidance of that, daily self-care. That is allowing you, again, that strong foundation of knowing who you are, knowing how you want to operate, and knowing where you want to go and doing so and doing forth, okay? The crystals that will help you with that are amethyst, turquoise, Lemurian sea crystal, and green apatite, okay? The next ones that we have are your energetic and transformational flow. We have two of these. Your energetic and transformational flow is what you are feeling inside. It's like an energy source, right? And with that energy source, that is what you are currently cultivating. That's the energy. That's how you're moving. That's how you're going. And that is what you are using externally to transform you outward. Right? So your energetic and transformational flow is how you are operating, how you're thinking and feeling, and what is now put into action. Okay? So the first one that we have is irritated. And it's very understandable to be irritated with going through an obstacle, right? It's like when you're driving and now you hit traffic and you're like, I think it better be I mean, just be me and the people I've been around all my life, but it's like, it better be an accident or some shit, because why was it taking this long? And then you drive and it just found out that it was just a big ass gap and people just was stopping for no reason. It's that sense. It can cause irritation when you have been making good progress. And it's like, this is an unexpected hiccup. What the fuck? I was not. And that's where that biting through comes. That's where that thunder comes from and that lightning. So that way it can let any and everybody else know, keep it fucking moving. Keep it pushing. The spiritual ground that I have cultivated, the trust that I have within myself, you may have a little irritation out of me because this is unexpected and I'm human and I have emotions, but I'm not going to allow that to overtake me. And that is what Spirit is saying with the next card, but we're going to read the next card after we read the first card, okay, which is irritated. It says, irritable. Okay, I'm ready. Okay. Irritability occurs when we encounter something that disrupts your homeostasis. Like I said, it was good progress, and then it was like, what the fuck? Why did it stop? We were so good. We were going great. We were going well. Why are we stopped on the road? Who's not moving? It's that feeling. Like I said, it disrupts you. You were doing your daily routine, your self-care, had your schedule, setting up your boundaries, having a new mindset, and then something of an outside force that you can't control, that you can't control the action and the reaction of, is like, what the fuck? And that is why you are irritated. So it disrupts your homeostasis. It can stem from not getting needs met, being in pain, or simply from another's disregard of your well-being. Sometimes its causes are out of your control, which can lead to lashing out or being on the verge of full-blown anger. But what they want you to do with this irritation, this anger, is to transmute that into that thunder and lightning. Because like the proverb said, you are able to overcome those obstacles. So using that thunder and that lightning, you are able to overcome that. That thunder and that lightning, that, like I said, thunder frightens, lightning illuminates, right? Use that frightening energy, that terrified, that irritated energy to transmute into something where it's like, you may have disrupted it, you may have knocked me off my kilter, but I didn't fall down. I tried to walk away and I stumbled, kind of thing, but you didn't fall, right? It's just a means of like, where do you go from here? What is your next step? What is your next observation? What is your next movement? And make sure that it is not out of irritation, because like I said, it can begin to start on the verge of full-blown anger. And it's quite hard to think of anger because that's not even the root of what it really is. It's irritation because of the disruption. But when you get full-blown anger, you can't even see the root of the problem, and now you can actually solve the problem accurately, and now you could be late back to the same situation. And that's not what we want, okay? So, the crystals are Larimar, Amazonite, Danbarite, and Apolite. You keep getting that one. Did I read for all of them? Yeah, I did. And then the next one, like I said, they want you to be proud of yourself, proud of your movements, proud of where you're growing, proud of your environment, proud of what you're able to cultivate, proud of you getting through this, and proud of where you have been, right? Proud. That's what they want. Now we're going to go ahead and read it. Bless me, because I didn't break why I said that. We're going to go ahead and read what it means as well to be proud. It says, pride is the self-dignified nature of those who are certain of themselves. Which leads back to the trusting, which leads back to the spirituality, which even leads back to the irritation because it was a disruption of your homeostasis, okay? It says it is deeply rooted in the heart. However, there is a fine line of duality within pride that asks for deeper awareness. Like I said, when this happens, don't allow this irritation go to full-blown anger, full-blown outrage, because then that clouds your mind, that clouds your judgment. And if it's clouding your mind and it's clouding your judgment, where's the spirituality within your mind for that interconnection, for those answers, for you to realize, I'm not supposed to be fitting in this mold. I'm not supposed to be treated like this. It's not supposed to happen because I am who I am. I am that I am, right? And you have to trust in yourself with that physical emotion that you are going to operate in the right direction. Okay? So, it says the shadow side of pride can create rigidity, which can keep you from walking the heart's true path. And if we're thinking about walking the heart's true path, that is about trusting in yourself. Okay, that is the physical emotion to walk within yourself. So use the irritation of them knocking you. I just seen the Emperor's New Groove. Don't mess up his groove, right? Well, if we're thinking about the movie of his entire life being disrupted, right? It allowed his perspective to see that what he was living and what he was doing was affecting people in a negative way, right? It was affecting them in a way that was disruptive. So when we're thinking about somebody knocking off your groove, it is a means of now, this is a way of you now being able to show those after you that it ain't. It ain't it. And anybody after, he was like, no. You know, it was a means of now him having more ownership, accountability of himself, understanding and growth. This has turned into Cusco's New Groove. But it turns into that. All because Yzma, like I said, something that was out of his control came, and his irritation clouded his judgment. And a lot of times when he was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to still build it up there. Or when he didn't want any help from Kronk. Well, it wasn't Kronk. I forgot the dude's name. I'm so sorry. Pacha? I think it was Pacha. And he didn't want it. And then as they developed and as they We're together and turn into something. He's like, what was the point of that? I have to realize the real enemy here. I have to realize the real problem here. I have to realize the real issue here. And part of that was, yes, Yzma, but it was also me not recognizing what I'm also doing to the community around me. Okay? So use that as well. Which leads to the last one, which is actually intuitive emotion. This is your instincts, your compass, your guide, things of that sort that lead you to, for, and if that way. Okay? So, the first intuitive emotion, your gut, your instincts, is sorrowful, right? And it can make you feel sad, it can make you feel upset, like, damn. As soon as I get like a good traction, a good movement, or when some fucked up shit happens, and that can lead to sorrow. Of just being like, woe is me, I'm done, I'm over it, or I just can't continue, or why. It just, all of these emotions can make you feel grounded in on, again, the issue, the problem, which can lead to that irritation and that doubt in self. And it's this realization of use that hurt that the situation caused, use that pain, use the recognition that I'm continuing forward. I was making good progress. So why would this person stop me from making my continuous good progress? You know? So, for sorrowful, we have sorrow can feel like being trapped in a trench of sadness, withdrawn from the joys of life. It may stem from the loss of someone or be rooted in a feeling of being on the outside, which leads back to the spirituality, where it said spiritual experiences rarely fit the conventional boxes society teaches and thereby moves you into an experiential understanding of the world. So outside of that, so you are supposed to be feeling, I'm sorry, you are supposed to be feeling like you are outside, so that way you can create your own inside. Sounds odd, but that is spirituality for you. Okay? So sorrow can make you feel perpetually stuck in a rut and lead to depression. So again, that's why they want you to feel pride in you coming this far. I was making progress. This motherfucker ain't gonna stop me. This little hiccup ain't gonna stop me. This little penalty, this legal issue is not going to stop me because of the trust and the foundation I built within my spirituality and myself, within my environment, within my growth, how I have been operating. Can I control what they have done? No. No, I can control what the fuck I'm gonna do. And that's what they want you to do. Okay? So, look for, I didn't read proud. We got citrine, sapphire, chevaligma, and turquoise. For sorrow, For sorrow, we have amber, celestine, chevaligma, again, and chrysocolla. Now, the last one that we have is compassionate. And I want you to know that this is for you at this moment in time. It could be for other people, but I'm letting you know that this is for sure. That this is for sure for you. It could be for the another person, of course. And then you know, with all this going on with that hiccup in the road, be compassionate with yourself for the intuitive. Being compassionate allows you to view things through another person's perspectives and gives you an undeniable drive to initiate action to help. It says your feelings of compassion serve as an advocate to help release the burden of another's suffering. Okay? So, and again, in that means of that retrospect, you have to take that expression of being compassionate and recognizing that for yourself as well. Take that time. You need it. Your homeostasis, your plans, what you were doing, what you thought was happening, everything, or you sent out all the paperwork and you thought it worked out, and then something, whatever it is, being compassionate with yourself and recognize, I can trust that I got this, and it's all going to work out. So what you want to work with is rhodochrosites, grossular garnets, seraphonites, and peridots. Okay? Peridots. Now, we're going to go ahead and get some final messages from Spirit for the week in regards to this hiccup, in regards to these emotions that you may be experiencing and or going through. And especially since I'm not doing Wednesday readings anymore. There we go. This will definitely give you a little more guidance and a lot more time to take a step back and reflect within yourself. you know, so that way you can kind of go with this. So, Spirit, what final message do you have for the collective in regards to this week? What messages do you have for the collective in regards to this week? What do they need? No, love it. What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? What do they need to understand? What advice? What messages? Yeah, they letting you know. We literally have a different world. Like it said, you are meant to be outside of the box. You are meant to be unconventional. You are meant to bring your ideas, your experiences, your thoughts, everything to people because it is so needed. It is so needed, right? And they want to put you in a different world, a different environment, a different spectrum, which is crazy. Because I was talking to my sister a few days ago, and I was like, I swear on everything we jump realities. I don't remember what happened. I was like, this does not happen. This did not happen at all. I swear last night I jumped realities. And it's crazy because it's the truth. So whatever is happening, they want you to buck the system. Like I said, they don't want you to do things convictionally. They want you to do things out of the box, out of the ordinary. You know? So take that in. If you feel like, ain't nobody ever did this before, I don't know about that. Yes! Do that. Think that. Feel that. Mean that. Emote that, because that is what is needed. You have to buck the system, because if we're thinking about the system in a lot of ways, if it doesn't work for you, 9 times out of 10 it isn't working for a lot of people that desperately need it. So buck the system. Buck the system. Right? Anything else, Spirit, before I start pulling out the rest? Anything else, Spirit, for regards to this week, in regards to what's going on in regards to this week, in regards to the proverb? Anything else? Messages, advice. Alrighty. Yeah. Yep. All right. So with this, a different world that they want you to create, they want you to cultivate this. They want you to create this. And it's going to start by bucking the system, bucking what you thought was needed, bucking what you thought was supposed to happen. Doesn't matter. They want you to buck it because there is a new direction that is needed. There is a new outlook that is needed, a new perspective, a new guidance, a new opening, whatever it is needed. It is wanted. So with you wanting a different world for yourself, whether that's a different environment and how you think about yourself, how others perceive you, more opportunity, whatever it is, you have to buck the system. Take a look at your goals. Take a look at everything. This, like I said, like Kuzco's New Groove, how he was just going to continue living, doing his thing. He literally went through an entire experience where he was a llama, changed everything, and came back. He was like, I don't even want to build that there, you know? Like, there's actual people there. He became more close. He was able to have like a true family, a true connection, all of these things. He was able to experience things. He wound up being able to go to school if you watch the show. So there's certain things where a new direction was needed. A new direction was had. And it was powerful. And Spirit is saying what you're doing, this is the card that kept coming in and out and literally flapping like a butterfly, because you are becoming the butterfly. The caterpillar makes progress, but it doesn't get irritated when it has to create a chrysalis to become a butterfly. And that is currently what's happening with this disruption to your homeostasis. It's you transitioning and creating that chrysalis, which is creating that different world, which is you bucking the system and then coming out and emerging. Okay? Because Spirit is saying this isn't over for you. This is not the end. This is not the end at all. So what you really need to do is provide that for yourself and recognize that you have that. Because Spirit with the 999 is saying that you are going to have a very transformative ending. You are going to allow that. As soon as you recognize this is putting me into a different world. I am like Kuzco's New Groove. I want to say Kronk. But it is Kronk that fucked up. But luckily, even with that, and he was supposed to kill him, it was just a means of Spirit protecting you. So you're thinking about him, Kronk wanting to kill Kuzco. Spirit wound up switching it Whatever it is, it was on due to his own incompetence, but that leads back to the spirituality. That leads back to the trusting. That leads back to the pride. That even leads back to the irritation of recognizing what has disrupted you, what has messed you up, what has gone wrong, what is the issue. Because as soon as you recognize that, you can start continuously going forward, onward and upward, right? You can continuously make those moves, those notions, and take all of that in, okay? So I need you to realize that. I am having I need a little bit of clarification of trouble up ahead, please, Spirit. Can you clarify trouble up ahead? Can you clarify trouble up ahead, Spirit? All right, so I asked for a little bit of clarification of trouble up ahead. And it gave me obsessed. And if I'm looking at the rest of my cards, it is letting me know that you will become obsessed. Like I said, that irritation or that disruption and things of that sort can lead to you in that depression and that neglect of self and that neglect of thought. When you become obsessed with what disrupts you, how it makes you, what disrupts you and how it makes you feel, and you're obsessed with the feeling. And like I said, it's that woe is me. Every time I got good progress going, something happens, whatever it is, and you become obsessed with that. That will cause trouble up ahead. And not just trouble on the outside, but trouble on the inside. Right? Your kidneys hate you. Hydrate now. Continuously nourishing your body. Continuously sticking to that Virgo full moon and new moon where you are taking care of yourself. Bless me with those affirmation work, with those daily activities. Bless me with that daily self-care. And make sure that you're keeping up with your spiritual as well. Because like I said, shadow work is needed. If something disrupted and you are not about to create an entire new world, make sure you're not doing it out of anger. Make sure you're not doing it out of hurt. Make sure you're not doing it out of feel like, damn, oh, I'm not ready. And the only reason I said because this is you're not ready. But it can feel like you're not ready. Like you don't have the gumption. You don't have it. And it could be true. Because that's where we also got the compassionate card, we got the shadow work needed card, and the kidney safety. Because at this moment in time, you're not quite ready to jump back in. You have to take care of yourself at this time. And what I mean by that is not stopping, but like I said, reflecting on what caused the issue, how can I fix it, what information is needed, this and that. And I'm telling you, information will be needed because we also have a secret revealed. Right? That means that it doesn't have to be like, oh, somebody's whispering behind your back secret, but it's just information that you don't currently have at this moment in time that will help you. So you being obsessed with your emotions and things not working and how it's not going, you won't be able to open up that perspective. Right? You're going to be like who's going to beginning, where he was even denying a code, he was denying who did it and all this stuff and whatnot. It was just this means because he was obsessed with how he looked and that emotion and not let's get to the root. And that can cause you to not be ready to actually move forward when you are going to that chrysalis stage, when you are cultivating that new world, when you are going to have to take it head on and buck the system and go out on your own and be outside the box, which leads to that sorrowful when you feel like you're on the outside, you don't feel like there's any comfort, but there is. And what they want you to realize is you're not alone, baby. You are not alone. You have community, you have friends, you have family, you have your guides, your ancestors, the universe. You are not alone because it's going to take more than you. We're thinking about even, Pacha and how he also needed Cusco because obviously he was in charge, but Cusco also needed Pacha. It took two for them to come together, for both of them to transform, for both of them to open up and have different perspectives and outlets and things of that sort, and how things accumulated. That is the truth. And sometimes that is okay. And sometimes you just need time to mature. Like I said, the caterpillar becomes the butterfly. That is you maturing. That is you realizing, I know how to handle a situation. So even in the proverb, what it says is, it will deter those. I'm going to read it again, just because. It said, thunder frightens and lightning illuminates. In the same way, the just applications of laws and penalties would deter those who would obstruct the endeavor. So if we're thinking about you doing that and it taking two and you having this and it needs time to mature, you are going to be able to mature to the point that it's going to deter people because you're going to know how to handle it. You're going to know how to notice it before it happens. You're going to have maybe all the paperwork lined up, all the information had, whatever it is, you are going to be able to mature. But that starts with taking care of your body with hydrating it, continuously doing your routines, meditating, journaling, doing your shadow work, actually looking inside of yourself and how it is reflection of your environment in you, or else again it will be trouble up ahead if you become obsessed with this woe is me, victim, I can't see a way out, this is it, I have to stick to the system, this is the only way to do it, because we have to take into that realization because you need time to mature. So if you're trying to rush it and hurry up and get back on track, you're going to miss the reason why it went off track in the first place, because maybe you're not supposed to be on that track at all. Maybe you're supposed to be making your own train station, okay? This is giving me that this is giving me a romantic situation, which is completely different than the rest. We have so we're here again. They don't care, move on. Now it could be with a job, I'm hearing an opportunity, it could be with a person, a relationship, it could be with a friend, it could be with a family, whatever it is. You're at this point again where I'm hearing you're begging, right? Or you're trying to prove your worth, or you're wanting this person to stay around, and you're trying to, I'm not sure what it is, it's like this holding it on. And it's because 222, you want a deep, intimate connection. You want somebody that you can confide in and they can confide in you, where you're interested in them and they're interested in you. It's you're able to express yourself, be more vulnerable, you're able to grow, all of these things and more. And you're trying to have that with somebody that doesn't care about you. You're holding on to this longing feeling of wanting somebody based off of the neglect of something else. And Spirit is saying that is going to leave you on a wing and on a prayer with love. That is going to leave you hanging on to breadcrumbs when you can have an entire bakery. So this means the Spirit is saying they don't care about you. The job doesn't care about you, right? And it's a means of how they treat you and respect. The family doesn't care about you because they're trying to make it we always been like that. You just did it, you're fine. Your friends don't care about you. They're being shady, not supportive. Your communities, it's just whatever it is, they don't care, move on. So you're trying to prove your worth. You're trying to use your thunder and lightning on them. It's falling on deaf ears and blind eyes. It means nothing to them. And that is going to leave you on a wing and on a prayer with your life, with your love, with your energy, with your personality, with your strength, with your everything. And Spirit is saying we want you to not only have pride and strength and continuously move forward and grow with everything that you're doing. We want that for you in love as well. But the more that you allow your internal compass to line you in that way, they will provide that for you. Okay? So for this week, Spirit wants you to recognize that if an issue arises after you've been making progress, or if it doesn't really seem right, or why this would happen and disrupt something, whatever, no matter what it is, no matter what happened, like this doesn't, take a step back and like this is where I can take a bite. I'm finna take a big ass bite. Mama, I'm hungry. I've been starving. Okay? That's what they want you to do. Show what the fuck you've been working on. And let them know not to fuck with you again. Okay? So that has been your reading. Please. And I hope that you enjoy. I do these live every Monday and Friday. It might be a little bit later than usual because of my schedule, but I hope that you guys still got something. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe so that way I can continuously thrive and grow. But I love you guys, okay? But love yourselves more. Until next time.